Say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing, because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the UTEP Miners, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Longhorns will put total leather and will get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So UTEP's offense takes the field. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Dropping back, it's Locklear. Right down the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
And the Miners will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Texas offense will get the ball for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Would have been a long field goal, 54 yards from here, so instead they'll try to move the chains. It's 4th and short. Trying to do it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Miners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to throw. It's Locklear. Out of the backfield, he's open. There he goes! Several defenders there to get him on the ground. It'll be 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll heave it deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
They booted away on 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. The give to the back. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. Nice move to keep running. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC was a rousing success and so close to even more with a late loss to Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian and the Horns have the expectations right where they want them.
You said expectations. Has there ever been more hype around a quarterback in Arch Manning since, I don't know, Tim Tebow? People are expecting so much out of this young quarterback. If he hits the ceiling, David, this is going to be a really tough team to beat.
And he showed you flashes a year ago when he filled in for Quinn Ewers, and I think those flashes were so great. And then Texas, man, this is a program that's on the rise. The last couple years, making it to the Final Four in the sport, they're ready to take that next step.
The play-action fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
And the Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Leaves it with the back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to pass. It's Locklear. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Working that left side now. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And the Miners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Miners line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wide receiver going in motion. To throw, it's Manning. Looking to the big tight end. It's complete. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
Yeah, he's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now. Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They send the tight end in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got a man. It's Smith. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and, man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
Rides to back and leaves it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice gain to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw, it's Locklear. The throw to the outside is complete. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Miners have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. The Miners are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown before this first half.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Here's a heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Manning. Puts it out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
And the Miners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. That's reeled in. It's Wingo. The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Turning on the Jets. There he goes. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
And the Longhorns, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're going to ride this running back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snags it over the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience and bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
The Longhorns need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Looking for the end zone. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
They're going to run it. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Fires to the right. Pulls it in. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Dropping back, it's Locklear. It's complete to the left.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
The Miners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Miners will have it 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Got it in the middle. It's Wilson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Niners! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, the quarterback had the matchup he wanted. His big tight end with that wingspan working against that defender in the end zone. Man, that QB will take that matchup all day.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Pulls it in. It's Moore. Still running at the 40. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a 4th down.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he crushes it right through the uprights. It's good from 59.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
On the move from inside his 5. didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Back to throw, it's Rotlier. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
This quarterback showing a lot of resiliency here on this drive because first down he got sacked, second in California, he's able to scramble, and while he didn't get the first down, he's able to get a little bit of it back, and he's made this third down manageable now. Let's see if he can make another play here and keep his offense on the field.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Miners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophe.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Gonna swing it on second down. The sweet feet buy a little time. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And the Miners are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. To the air, it's Rotlier. They're working that left side. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that throw.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Handoff to the lone back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They'll give it to the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Oh, a lot of space. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it 1st and goal. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory.